Hey everyone, it is Saturday afternoon, 4:30 California time, and we are doing our virtual wine tasting tour.
Love it. Favorite time of the week?
So we're going to start off with something super exciting and supporting small businesses. And our colleague and friend Tiffany Buckner has her own crazy awesome business, and it's called On My Board. Oh my board. I always say it wrong. On my board. Oh my board. It's on my board. And oh my board, look at this. This is insane. Honest to God, you guys, this is like a work of art. Can you move that wine bottle, honey? Can you all see this? It's breathtaking. So this morning, I met Tiffany down out front of our Mission Hills office at 902 Fort Stockton, which is temporarily closed because we're all virtually working from our homes and safe. And we will be back to our 902 Fort Stockton office, as all of us will, right? So Tiffany, I'm just talking about your Oh My Board, and look how beautiful it is. We love it.
It turned out gorgeous.
It's stunning. It's so beautiful. I don't want to touch it. That's how beautiful it is. So there's pear blue cheese wrapped in prosciutto. That's over here. There's brie, manchego, Italian dry salami. I bet that's this. Listen to this one. There is sugar sliced candied orange slices. Look how pretty these are.
I thought they looked like candy.
Right? And that would go very well. This citrus orange slice would go really well with the wine we're drinking today. Perfect. And tasting. So what's our first wine today, Philip Fredrickson?
Well, the first winery is Domaine Artifact. I always say architect. Artifact. You know, it's funny too, because the purpose of the name behind it was when they were developing their property, they had 30 acres. And they started from scratch developing the property, built it out of just raw land. And they found some Indian artifacts on it. So it's kind of a thing that they wanted to pay homage to, like the Indian artifacts, which are now museums, by the way. They're a curated museum.
Okay.
And also to the domains in the south of France. So Domaine, and they traveled a lot. That was one of the reasons they got really into wine. So anyway, the owners, Mark and Len, they basically put the whole thing together from scratch. I think it was 2007 when they bought the place.
Cool.
And they share all the responsibilities, but Mark ended up being the winemaker, self-taught. I'm sure he had some mentors along the way, but he's self-taught. And I'm going to tell you, we went there when they first opened up. We were among the first 50, I think, wine members.
Yeah.
And, you know, the wines were okay. You know, it was a little hit and miss now and then. But I have to tell you, we went back,
it's evolved
and
like crazy.
Oh my gosh, their wines are amazing.
And that was 7 years ago, so you can just see. And they just built this breathtaking new,
stunning.
It's not open yet, obviously. It's not open right now,
but it's close.
At all, but
it's close when
to
they
be
get
open
open.
when they're allowed, and it's this stunning grounds.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's like a farm there. They have pigs and cows and
it's
sheep.
Super fun.
So it's fun for the kids. They can stay entertained while you're drinking a little wine.
It's a really neat environment. Before they built the new venue that hasn't opened yet, so always know. Call up Tiffany for Oh My Board and order one of these charcuterie platters like this, and just pick it up and take it with you to the winery. So what are we tasting?
Well, we have two of their wines here today. This one we are not tasting. This is La Dame Blanc, and this is a Grenache Blanc, just pure Grenache Blanc.
Okay.
Yep. But I wanted to do something a little more interesting. This is their white blend, and this one is called actually Le Beau Blanc.
Ooh, I like
and this
that
one
name.
won the bronze medal at the San Francisco International Wine
Escondido
competition.
Wineries, look at that, watch out. Napa Valley.
In fact, Highland Valley, they're forming their own little AVA up there, and they're going to be having some signs on the freeway directing to the wine region. I mean, they're doing some stuff. Cordiano's, which we're going to get to later, told me about that yesterday. Anyway, this one is a blend. It's actually a huge blend. 36% Viognier, 30% Grenache Blanc, 24% Roussanne, and 10% Marsanne. Now I have to tell you, Roussanne is a little tricky sometimes if it's not done right. Fortunately for them, it's done well, but it can be kind of a little oily, almost a little diesel fuely, and it can add that into the wine. But this, they did a really good job, and there's so much depth and character to this wine. It's super good.
So I think, well, that's mine.
Oh.
Has the lipstick on it. I was just handing it.
Could have been transferred.
Oh, I'm sure we're toasting some big day today.
Oh, absolutely. It's the 7th anniversary of the 6th and final time that Mary Beth and I hung out together as friends before she knew she was madly in love with me. So it was just that night. The next day was actually Mother's Day, and that's when she knew.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to actually have a little nibble because I don't want to ruin this. I mean, there's flowers on here and rosemary. There's Prosecco sparkling wine salami.
Is that this one?
I don't know. I think it's going to be that one. I think it's.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna have a little apricot because there's dried apricots on here too.
Careful.
Philip's gonna have some salami.
Excellent.
Okay. So we're gonna leave Tiffany's board here, but we're gonna come back and get it at the end to keep talking about it. Right? Okay. I think we were overindulgent in our bites.
That was a big
It's a
mouthful.
little bit. It's a little bit tricky.
All right. We are on to...
So are we now headed somewhere that I need to put my seatbelts on?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
We are headed to Orfila.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we come.
Orfila. All right. Dave and Brenda got married at Orfila.
They have lots of weddings at Orfila.
Yes, I helped Brenda with her wedding. So we have Tiffany's Oh My board sign right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. All right, so this is a venue, total like wedding venue, graduation venue, party venue. It's been around for how long? Like forever.
1994.
Okay.
Although it was 2 wineries before they bought it in 94. There was San Pasquale Winery and Thomas Jaeger Winery. And then it became Orfila. So they've been growing grapes there since 1973.
Okay. So, as I said, we've been to weddings there in the past. Oh my gosh. One time, before I met Philip Fredrickson, they did movie night, and we went. I was with a friend of mine, and we went and we had a picnic, and candles, and tablecloth, and they like blow up a screen, and we watched Sideways, which you would have loved, because you love that movie.
Love Sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell
How
us.
can you not like Sideways, even though he's kind of a scumbag?
Tell us a little bit about this winery.
Okay, so as I mentioned, they got this in 1994. A gentleman by the name of Alejandro Orfila bought it from Thomas Jaeger. Not Jaeger like Jägermeister, but Jaeger nonetheless. So anyway, interesting thing though is what I learned about kind of doing a little research on this winery is we mentioned one time before that prior to Prohibition, like San Diego County was one of the main wine regions. But get this, this is something else I discovered. All the way back to 1769, when Father Juniper Serra started the first mission in all of California, he started growing grapes on that property back in the 1700s.
Okay, cool.
And we were the dominant for decades and decades and decades.
Boy, we wish our ancestors would have bought the land.
I know, right? So that was just kind of interesting on a side note, I thought. That's some history there. But anyway, so Justin Mund is the winemaker here. He wasn't originally, but he has been now for quite some time. And since this winery opened in 1994, they've won over 1,300 medals on their wines.
Oh my gosh.
So,
and it's a really cool wine membership, right? Like if you have a membership, you get to go every single day.
I think they've changed it. It was where you could go with 3 of your friends, so 4 of you.
It was crazy.
You could go every day, and I'll tell you, they are heavy pourers.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, you can order a glass of wine, or you can do a pour of like 5 different wines, and the one is a pour about that big, and the other one would fill your glass twice if you added up all the wine.
Well, what are we going to taste? Let's.
Okay, so we are going to taste a rosé. This is a rosé of Pinot Noir.
It's a beautiful bottle.
Yeah, and it comes from Oregon. This is a dry one. If you also
matches your shirt.
If you kind of, if you like a little sweeter, this is more dry. But if you like a little sweeter, they have a rosé of Grenache that's a little sweeter. We tend to like the dry,
I
so
like it dry.
we got this. So we're going to give this a little shot here.
So again, with Tiffany's charcuterie and cheeses, the rosé would go really well with the almonds that are over there. It would go really good, again, with the apricot.
I like it with everything on the tray, honestly.
And the brie would be good as well. Fatty, stuff that's fatty. Okay. It's a really nice color. Huh? Not bad. I wish you guys could taste this.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah, it's
good.
very good.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you are enjoying your weekend. It's Mother's Day tomorrow, and hopefully all you moms are going to be celebrated in the best way possible and the way you deserve to be celebrated. And
oh, one thing I forgot to mention, they have 70 acres on this property.
Oh, that's huge.
And how you get there is if you're on the 15, you get off on Via Rancho Parkway like you're going to North County Fair Mall, and you turn right west like you're going to the Wild Animal Park and that kind of thing. And you turn actually on San Pasqual Road, and it's just right up there past the Vineyard Golf Course, which, by the way, is open for business as of yesterday.
Philip, was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay, gosh,
Sure,
it seemed like it was 100 years ago. So yesterday we did our safety measures and did our pickup to get the different
Some
wines.
of the different wines.
Yeah, let's have another little taste of this. Here's to everyone out there, and here's a cheers to our client and now our dear friend Elena. Today is her birthday, and her wife Regina did the most beautiful birthday parade.
It was cool.
And Gwen, Gwen, she is so amazing. I'm gonna have Gwen like pop into one of my cooking things, because Gwen is like my right hand, like she's my wingman in everything. I just wouldn't be able to do an event without her ever. And the creativity, the florals that she does. She did these beautiful sunflower bouquets, and she had them wrapped in paper like a cone. And every single driver had it in their handle of their car. And then she got these unicorn balloons that we taped to the cars, and signs that she made.
Oh, happy birthday signs.
Everyone got big Mylar balloons that we hung up, and we had our
put them on our
it was
mirrors,
super cool. And there were 10 cars full of us.
And then we of course had our boom box. Mary Beth had blasting like Happy Birthday in about 101 different ways.
It was
Every
awesome.
time we drove by, we were blasted it out the window.
It was super cool.
Yeah.
The only sad part was we couldn't physically like hug them or even go and see the house and all the stuff that they've been doing, the landscaping. I mean, when we go in there, it's going to be like a totally new, different place.
Yeah.
So,
just
and
from
they
the
live
pictures.
in Oceanside, one of our favorite places. Okay.
Fire Mountain.
Let me have one more taste.
You like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Rosé all day.
So now we're heading to...
Now we're going to head to Cordiano, the original winery in Highland Valley.
Okay.
They were the first.
And we're going to do a fashion distraction on the way.
And we are going to stop on
because
the way.
it's Kimono Saturday. Just kind of right there. Okay. So today I have on my last kimono. I have no more. I am out. So I don't know what the heck's going to happen next Saturday. But, you know, this is the gizmo that you can wear a million different ways. You machine wash it, line dry, throw it in a ball. You can take the pockets, tie the pockets. I'm going to actually tie it because I've been wearing it loose this whole time. So West Lewis at Chateau Lodge with Valerie, and every single day at 2 p.m. Valerie does a Facebook Live, Instagram Live, fashion distraction. If you want from cheap and cheerful to more expensive, she's got it all. She's got rock and roll shirts. I have a Duran Duran shirt that I got. She's got a really cool Rolling Stones shirt, jeans, leggings, suits, dresses, gowns, casual wear. She's got it all. So, oh, but it's the shoe. Because, you know, I never get to wear shoes.
There you go.
I have got really cool shoes on today. Ooh, 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 ooh. I've never worn them, and I'm super stoked to have them on. Okay, so now we are at, I would say, just like this crazy, beautiful, I think we just got to Tuscany.
Is that good?
Yeah.
I know.
I think we're in Tuscany.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of the view at Cordiano. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I love their label. Can you guys see the label? This is the first place you and I went.
Ever in the Highland Valley.
In the Highland Valley. So this is the grandfather of the Highland Valley to Philip and I for sure.
And to everybody.
And the coolest thing is they are doing 7 days a week curbside pickup. They have pizza oven. They do every kind of Italian food, pastas, lasagnas,
great
salads. Yeah. So anytime you're feeling the urge to go for a nice drive, like tomorrow on Mother's Day, it would be a beautiful drive to go to Cordiano, and just call in your order ahead of time, and they will bring it up. Oh, that's hilarious! Mackenzie's got a toy on the floor, and it
barks or squeals like a pig or anything. It's barnyard animals.
It's funny. Okay, so what do we have here? Tell us
Okay.
a little bit about Cordiano Winery.
So Cordiano, it was purchased in 2000, and they
Okay.
built it up from scratch.
And it keeps getting built and built
Mhm.
and built. There's a lot going on there.
And it opened to the public in 2008. And they're also another venue for weddings and stuff like that. They've built this beautiful area for it that has, this place has probably some of the best views
It
up
does.
there. It's got just
Stunning.
expansive views of the valley. The wines are good, the food is good, everything's fun to go there.
Sunsets are beautiful,
Mhm.
really pretty.
So anyway, interestingly about them, it's actually called Cordiano Winery Primo Amore Vineyard.
Oh.
And the primo
I
means
get that.
it means first love in Italian, and he named it that both after his wife, who was his first love, and his passion for wine. He's always, when he was a kid growing up in, get this, Calabria. Calabria
How cool is
in
that?
Italy. He tended to the vines and vineyards with his dad, and they made wines there.
Okay.
So he came here to the United States and moved to New York in the early 70s, and he started working for a pizza place there.
Hence the
And
reason
he-
they know how to
yeah,
make good pizzas.
And he learned how to, they said he developed his skills with the sauces.
That's
And then
cool.
he had an opportunity to move to New Orleans, and he started his own pizza place there. And he developed that up to a chain of like 35 different
You're
locations.
kidding.
No,
How cool.
in fact, the name of it was Dante's Pizza.
All right.
Yeah, so if
If
you've been
anybody-
there, you might have known that.
Dante's Pizza.
So they sold all those stores, moved
Okay.
to San Diego, bought the property up there, started growing the grapes and everything, and by 2008 they had developed some wine. They opened to the public, and the rest is history. But when he first came here to San Diego, he opened up some restaurants.
Oh, he did.
In Rancho Bernardo and Bonita and all around. He had like 4 or 5 restaurants here that I recognize the names of them all, I forgot them now.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Very
so then
cool.
he started a winery, and now he has the food and in fact, they're the only winery that has a license for food.
Food, yeah.
And if you happen to be unequally yoked with your partner, one doesn't like wine, for instance, but they like beer, they actually sell beer too. So they have a little selection of beer
okay.
there, so everybody can be happy. So
That's good to know.
yeah. So anyway, Francesco is, I believe, the son, and he was amazing yesterday. I went in there. I was just going to run in
it
and
was
pick up
Francesco,
some wine.
Oh, not
Yeah.
Dad?
No,
Okay.
the dad is Gerardo and Rosemaria. That's
Okay.
the 2 owners, but the son, I believe, is Francesco, and he was there. I think he runs a lot of the operations now, but he was so fun to deal with. He was so excited about us doing this. I went there to get a rosé, and this is what they have, and it's not really a rosé, it's a blush, and it's like 6 different wines. And he goes, "Can I ask you why you picked that wine?" And I go, "I needed a rosé. We already have a white, we already have 2 reds lined up." And he goes, "Well, this one we like even better. This is our flagship." So he hooked us up with that and the wine
and look,
glasses.
we even have logoed wine glasses that they sent home with us.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. What are we drinking today?
So what we're drinking is Cabernet Sauvignon. And this one's Primo Amore Vineyards Cabernet Sauvignon,
Okay.
2016. So,
This is gonna be
and again with the heart,
amazing.
that's all to do with his
Love.
wife, his first love, and his passion for wine. So that's really super cool.
Even the cork, I don't know if you can see it, but even the cork has a heart on it. Can you see that? It's pretty detailed.
Yeah.
And they've got really cool wine bottle displays.
Yeah,
You know, empty wine
Like a
bottles.
wine
Yeah,
tree.
like art.
yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
so this
All right.
is going to go really, really well with that blue cheese, pear, prosciutto wrap that Tiffany whipped up for us today on Oh My Board.
Very good. Got a little
Wow.
oak and a lot of dark fruit.
Wow,
That's really
that's
good.
good.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, every single winery that we have been talking about, all of them do curbside pickup. All of them, most of them do delivery. I mean,
Yeah, they'll do delivery too.
and most of them are selling wine at really good values because they've got to sell their wine. It's their business.
In fact, right now, they're selling 25% off for a bottle and 40% off if you buy a case.
That's huge.
So that's a big discount right now.
That's awesome.
So, and pretty fun drive. Like Mary Beth said, it's gorgeous, windy road up the hill. So
Mackenzie, our little real estate assistant, went with us yesterday, and she
gets so excited.
Yeah, when she
misses
thinks that
going up there.
when she thinks she's going to one of the wineries, and she literally was crying. It was sad. It was. I wanted her to be able to
She
get out
misses
and
her little friend Lucky.
she does miss Lucky Live for sure. Okay, so
And Lucky misses getting lucky.
it You're funny. That's hilarious.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Good choice, Francesca.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Cordia
All
No
right.
Winery. Okay, we are going to head over now to our friend, female winemaker.
Peter and Denise.
At Altapiano, so follow me. Ooh, I can feel that. with not a lot of food yet. In fact, that's gotta go back, further back.
Better?
Yeah, I guess it's okay. I can't quite tell because it's flip-flopped, but so a couple things today. We went to Elena's birthday up in Oceanside. We did the boat parade the car parade, and then we also called our friends at Blade 1936, and put that right there for me. Yeah, and then we ordered some food to go because we had not had breakfast or lunch. So we ordered some food and pizza. Philip was able to get their pizza, all meat lovers pizza from Blade 1936. We didn't get Cordiano's pizza because it was yesterday, and he's not going to be able to eat pizza 2 days in a row. And then I got this delicious, it's a chicken remoulade, I think, a rolled chicken stuffed with herbs and goat cheese and roasted potatoes. And I'm telling you, it is the most delicious chicken. Oh, so good. And it's wrapped in prosciutto. So delicious. And then we also got a side of meatballs and a beautiful salad. So,
Which were very good.
yeah. So I'm going to bring Tiffany's board back over here. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, so we've got the board back. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to fix the camera because I think it's not right. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I can see where
The cheese board?
where we stand. No, you have to hold it up.
Ah.
Here, I'll tip it up.
I want everybody to see that. Okay, so again, look how pretty that is. So we are going to dive into this. This is going to be our sunset, moon rising feast tonight because we ate early, our meal, and this is going to be just kind of hanging out on the patio with Mackenzie, the chickens, and who knows what will happen. So we are at Altapiano. Tell us about it.
Altapiano, Peter and Denise's place, who also built this place. They bought this back in right after the Witch Creek fires that burned basically that whole mountain up there. And there was an avocado ranch on the property which all burned down. And that's when they picked up the property and they built their property there and planted like 4,300 vines when they started of different varietals.
Okay.
And they both, Peter was a lawyer and she did some different things. One of the things she did was a paralegal for him in his law office for a while. But they owned like 2 or 3 businesses together. But they always wanted to own a winery. And so they decided she kind of grew up in a farming kind of an environment where she liked to dig in the dirt and all that. So she became the winemaker, and she was predominantly self-taught, but she said she had a lot of mentors. And there's quite a few actually up in the valley. The guy from, what's that one winery? Next to
Old Julian.
Old Julian, yeah, Old Julian Winery. Their winemaker was one of the ones that actually mentored with her.
Cool.
So anyway, the wine we're going to drink today is a Sangiovese, but it's a small blend. It's like 85% Sangiovese.
Are the grapes grown there?
Grown right there on
Really?
the estate. 10% Primitivo, not grown on the estate, and 5% what is it? Barbera. It's 5% Barbera, which is grown on the estate. I can't remember everything about every winery, so I have to cheat a little bit. But anyway, it's a great wine, and it's available again for pickup.
And
Order
delivery,
pickup.
and they said delivery too.
Yes.
And they've got a great outside venue that's already physically distancing. So when
they get the okay, they're ready to rock and roll.
To God's grant openings of more businesses. Even Blade 1936, they have all their inside space set up. They have a patio that they just built. So they're ready to roll as well.
And one of the neat things about their place is she almost always has these little Ghirardelli chocolates that go so good with the big red wines. It's really good.
It's kind of how we remember that Altapiano the first time.
Was
when
from
we
the
went.
chocolates. Mm-hmm.
And again,
Wow, that's very nice.
you can call Tiffany Buckner, oh my board, and order your charcuterie and meat platter and support small businesses and female businesses. We love that. And Denise, being a female winemaker, very cool. And Grant James, she's a female winemaker.
Yep.
So there's a few of them in the valley, which I think is really badass, right?
Doesn't matter to me who makes it, as long as they make it good.
Yeah, I think it's fun. So with that, anything else we want to talk about today that we haven't talked about? We talked about our food. We talked about Elena's birthday. We talked about Tiffany's. I'm going to grab her sign real quick. I'm going to stop.
And it's a beautiful day anyway. It's fun. We didn't do this outside because we were having some connection problems with our Wi-Fi out in the backyard. It was a little weak yesterday, so we decided we better move it inside.
So here's Tiffany's sign, and I brought these over too from Ladine, the Espinosa's mom. We did a virtual drive-through, swear to God, like we literally drove around her roundabout and grabbed flowers and said hello to her, make sure she's doing okay. Because her family's in Spain, and what's going on over there?
And it won't stay.
Jeez.
It's a rounded bottom.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. So anyway, we're going to go out on the patio and enjoy the evening. We hope that everyone is hanging in there and doing the best you possibly can. Let's pray to God that more things get to open next week.
There's a chance the restaurant industry might be able to open at least partially by the end of next week.
That'll be huge.
That would be big.
And, you know, Chicha down in Barrio Logan, Chef Mario, you've got the RMD group doing things. You've got, oh geez. So
Tommy Gomes Fish Markets.
Oh gosh, yeah. Tommy Gomes and all the fresh fish coming in. So, you know, support everyone. Chef Jen is doing a live cooking class tomorrow. I think it's at 10:30, a brunch. And proceeds are going to support a very dear friend of hers. So if anybody would like to cook in the morning at 10:30 with Chef Jen, I have it posted on my Facebook page. So again, we're all about helping to support everybody and just touch base with you to make sure that you guys are all doing well, hanging in there and staying physically distant while staying socially connected, right?
That's it.
Oh, and guess what Tuesday is? Tuesday's a big day.
Tuesday is our actual anniversary.
Well, it's a big
7-year anniversary is the one.
I know, but it also is
Your pop's birthday.
My dad would be 101 years old this coming Tuesday, May 12th, 1919. I mean, I'm sure he had me when he was 75. But that being said, it's also my sweet baby boy, my little Westie, Hunter, who passed away a few years ago, and not by choice. It was a very horrific situation. So, and it's always kind of a bittersweet day because it's my dad, it's Hunter, and it's then our awesome happy anniversary, May 12th. And sometimes it's Mother's Day.
Yeah,
so,
last year I think it was, wasn't it?
So everybody at the villas at the lake, my mom is there, take great care of her, I know you are. Can't wait to see what creative things you guys do tomorrow for all the moms that are at the villas at the lake. And we're gonna sign off, go drink some wine. All right, be safe.
Yeah, so far we've just tasted.
That's true.
It's time to drink.